Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Bearded Babble. Tonight is Wednesday. Wednesday, I think the 31st. I think it's the end of the month. We're going to see how tonight goes. Hopefully, if you know last night's Stranger Danger Bearded Babble and last week's Stranger Danger Bearded Babble were both supposed to be with an amazing friend of mine and an amazing comedian, Marshall Brandon. And just Wi-Fi issues, IG issues, just nonstop. So again, we're going to hopefully figure that out, and we'll get that going again at some point. Again, I don't know what was causing all those issues those past two times. I've done like 30 episodes without a problem, and now all of a sudden I'm having Wi-Fi issues. So tonight I pretty much went around the house, turned off everything in the area that could possibly interfere, unplugged it. If I need to put some tinfoil on my beard and in my hair to boost up the Wi-Fi booster. My wife actually ordered me a Wi-Fi booster. Thank you very much. I think that's coming in tomorrow, because tomorrow night we have another special one hopefully going to happen. Again, we'll see how tonight goes. Hopefully the Wi-Fi issues are solved. I don't know what they were, but once we get the Wi-Fi issues, then we'll get everything going. Tonight, though, tonight we have another amazing comedian and another amazing human being. Willie Jackson is a comedian that I've known on social media for a long time. I've had the opportunity to actually meet him. An absolutely amazing person. It's been a joy to watch him. He's on a rise. He's got his podcast, Willie's World Podcast, which is doing very well. He had a guest on recently that we're going to hopefully we'll get to talk about. There was definitely an interesting guest that he had on his podcast. Definitely want to talk a little bit more about that. But again, hopefully everything will work out with the Wi-Fi. Willie texted me a little while ago. He's running a couple of minutes late. So when he's able to jump in, we'll jump in. In the meantime, this is a good time for me too, just to make sure that everything is working right here on IG and with my Wi-Fi. Everything seems good so far, so this is a good test. Again, just trying to figure it all out. Don't know why the past two episodes completely had to scrap them, because they were just constantly locking up all the time. But we're trying to get it going. Alpha Nebulance, you're here, trying to get into some comedy. I'm on the verge of flipping out. Please entertain me. Yeah, I get it. Now, are you looking to get into some comedy, or are you looking to just watch something good? Because there's some really good stuff. Comedy Central has on, what do they have on now? They have the top roast battle moments, I believe. I think it's all week. I know we're taping it. That is, I haven't seen any of it yet, but I think it's 5 nights all this week. That is definitely going to be some epic comedy on the roast battle highlights. So I suggest that you check that one out if you're looking for some good comedy. But there's a lot out there. Netflix has a lot of good things. If you want to know some good, yes, HBO Max, my wife just posted up the comedy history. It's a wonderful the history of comedy, and you really get to learn a lot about how comedy has always been fighting just to be comedy, just to not have to deal with the pressures of the forces that try to keep it down. You can see some really great stories there about how politics and how religion intertwined and really tried to keep comedy down. But again, comedy stood up. And again, this is a difficult time. I know, a sensitive time. Hopefully comedy still is. It seems to be. I know that there are some people kind of backing down and kind of apologizing about things. And that's fine. You as a comedian, at the end of the day, you have to be satisfied with what you put out there and how you're representing it. So I think that's a great thing, that people are standing up for it and people are apologizing if it is too far. That's the line. Not everybody's comedy is the same. Some people's comedy is much deeper and darker than others, and they may not understand it, but you still have to understand it falls under comedy. And if the premise of the joke came from a funny place, if it didn't come from any anger or hatred, if it does come from any anger or hatred, then it's no longer considered comedy or even a joke. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But if it comes from a place where it's something that just makes you chuckle, makes someone else chuckle. If the comedy is there first, then that's what it has to be understood, that's what it is. And again, I know walking that line right now is a little bit of a difficult thing, but we'll get through it. Yeah, I know it is, Alpha. It's tough times for everybody. Here we are in year 2. I'm very optimistic, and I've been saying this. I knew last year. I knew back in January of last year. I was the first one to say, okay, I'm prepared to lock in and do whatever we got to do. I was prepared to mentally face all that we were going to face. Coming into this year, yes, I was absolutely going bonkers too. I was hopeful that things were going to start looking better, and this was going to be the year that we were going to get back to normal. And I really do feel that we are. I mean, it's been a little bit bumpy. There've been some scary times. There've been some scary reports, some scary news things. But I think overall, if you look at everything, if you look at the vaccines, and you look and you see, still most people are doing everything that you're supposed to do with social distancing and with masks. I really am happy seeing that the way that we are moving forward. We deal with, my son has nursing, and one of his nurses is an ER nurse in a pretty big hospital, and we're always asking her about the numbers, and she's pretty happy too. So I always kind of judge off of her. I always kind of see when she comes in. I always ask her how she's doing and how are things at the hospital, and I can know right away just by the look in her face. And again, I'm very optimistic and very hopeful that we are moving in the right direction. That things are going to get back to more normal. And again, normal's not going to be what it was over a year and a half ago or whatever. The new normal is going to be different. We will adjust to it, and we'll move on as we always have with everything else that's faced us. Now, again, this is absolutely huge. We're all still trying to figure it out, but I think we're doing a good job. Things are opening up again. Comedy is opening up again. Alpha, I'm going to suggest to you, go to. There is comedy opening up. There are outdoor things. There are things. Go to one. Jump on one. You go to an open mic. Find an open mic. Just get up there and just, who cares? Just say whatever's on your mind. I'm looking forward to my first time back on stage. I don't know when it's going to be. I feel like it's probably still going to be a while due to my situation with my son, that I still can't get out as much as I would like to, being with his immune system being so compromised. So I know it's going to be a while till I get back on stage, but man, I cannot wait to get back on that stage. It's yeah, I just saw that on Twitter about an hour ago. I didn't read the whole story. I did see the headline about that, about the nursing home that I believe everybody was they got the vaccine, and then it appears that now they have a really bad outbreak of COVID. And again, I'm not sure. Yeah, I believe it was in the UK. So again, I didn't get to look into it. Whenever I see stories like that too, I like to try to verify them first off. I mean, I know it seemed pretty big on Twitter, but again, you can't just say that that's. And again, too, you have to do your research at a time like this too, especially with stories like that. Shock value is always something that people always in the news industry always try to hit you with. So they always want to get you with the headline. Sometimes you have to read the story. Sometimes you have to read through the story. Sometimes you have to do research, and you may find out that things were a little bit different. That's actually a big thing that I had to do a couple of times last year, and I'm finding myself doing again, is I'm backing away from social media. I'm backing away from the headlines, because sometimes it does. I mean, last year, of course, it was so overwhelming with everything. And just even now, too, just even COVID or everything else. Okay, so it is verified then. So, yeah, it's... I don't know. Again, we're still learning. Overall, things look good. I'm the optimistic one. I'm hopeful that towards the summer, maybe the fall, hopefully we're going to be out a lot more. Not a little bit more, but I'm hoping that we're out a lot more. Alpha, the best thing I can tell you, I don't see. That's the thing. I'm in Northern Jersey too. And that's the thing. I'll put it out there. If anybody knows about improv classes, I know before COVID I had looked, And I know the city over in New York, there are some improv classes, but I don't know of any here in northern New Jersey. I definitely got to look into that more, especially now with the way things changed. I don't know how that's going to work. But the best thing that I can tell you too is, if you're looking to do improv, absolutely you got to find a good improv class, and please let me know if you find one. If you want to do comedy, you can read a million books, you can take classes. You got to be on that stage. I think anyone will tell you you're going to learn comedy just by being on a stage. But the improv is an amazing thing, and that's something, again, if you find out, please let me know, because I'm looking forward to joining something like that. Yeah, Colin, like you said, it's for good comedy. Yeah, rock the improv. It's you gotta keep laughing. You have to keep laughing through all this. Soap opera. Yeah, trust me, I understand that. I know how the soap opera goes sometimes. It is. I mean, we're all going through a roller coaster. It's constant ups and it's downs. And it's amazing too, because again too, I think we're under such stress, and I think we all are trying to put on our happy faces and trying to keep it going, that when we do break, it is tough. And again, so I think we have to take care of ourselves right now. It's very important to judge where you are. Are you too stressed? Are you comfortable? If you're comfortable, then just keep enjoying it. As the stress level rises, notice where your stressors are, try to avoid them, and do the things. Again, comedy is absolutely wonderful. I know in my life, comedy helps me through so much. I have so many amazing stories about what comedy has done for me at tough times in my life. Music, working out, anything that you can possibly do to keep your mind frame in a good place. And speaking of putting your mind frame in a good place, about to join us. Hoping for no.
I'm in here.
There he is.
I made it. Yo, I was at the gym and I had to grab some spaghetti sauce. I'm here.
So was it just spaghetti sauce?
Yeah, that was it.
That was it, just spaghetti sauce.
Well, no, I got the pasta too.
Okay.
What's up, man?
I didn't know if that's like a new diet going. I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Spaghetti
sauce diet.
Nah, well, you gotta have the chickpea pasta to go with it. Chickpea pasta. Oh, that's my man Mike. What's up, Mike? Mike might be the richest person on this live right now.
Well, I know I'm definitely at the bottom of that list, so I'm not.
My man Bearded.
Willie, how the heck have you been, man? Listen, before I just want to say something, because you and we've known each other on social media for a long time. I had the opportunity, and I got to tell this story because, again, it's about like somebody was on here before, Alpha, and we're talking about tough times, and we're talking about uplifting and helping each other.
Right.
And you don't know this, but you are definitely an inspiration to me. Watching you all these years and watching you grow and watching you climb and watching you struggle, and the way you handle it.
Right.
It's an absolute inspiration. But we went to a art show in South Jersey, I don't know, like 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
A big shout out to Naeem Lynn.
Naeem, yeah.
Tickets, yeah. And we went backstage, and that's the first time I met you. Now, I had known you on social media, but it's the first time I met you.
Right.
I can honestly say you were the first.
I'm nervous now.
No. You were the first person that ever recognized me and knew me outside as bearded humor. You were bearded humor. Like
nobody else looks like you. That's it. Boom, that's Bearded. All right, cool. Yeah.
I was what? Who? Like me? It's weird when you get recognized. And that was the first time I was ever recognized. And the way that you know me, I don't accept that. I'm no, that's not me. I don't get hype about that. But the way you were no, you have a talent. You make people laugh, accept it, embrace it, and give it back. And again, I mean, that was just a simple meeting backstage at a Kevin Hart show, and we were talking, but
casual Kevin Hart shit, man. Talk that shit. Everybody wasn't backstage. 20,000 people was at the show.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people was back behind that stage. So talk that shit. Fuck that. Yeah.
So what have you been up to? Besides, I mean, Welly's World is blowing up your podcast.
Thank you. Yo, the podcast, Welly's World podcast, that shit is so fun. It's growing every week. We really learning as we go. But yo, we just had Chris Hansen on from Dateline NBC. It's like, it's growing. I got a bunch of big guests coming up. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. But I tell people all the time, yeah, we in a pandemic, but it's not a pandemic for everyone. Like this is the most I've worked in years. Like I wrote a movie, I wrote a TV show. I'm on a Tina Fey's new TV show on NBC. I'm on that called Girls Five Ever. I think it'll be out this summer. I've been doing a lot of stand-up during the pandemic. Now my stand-up had to take a back seat because it just literally wasn't safe to do it. And I had COVID at one point, like kind of in the beginning, like last summer. I had that. So it's like, all right, cool. This is serious. And it also, so, you know, naturally, it was not safe to gather. So, all right, cool. It gave me time to focus on the other things I do. My acting got a hell of a lot better. My writing, boom, I got a movie and a TV show that we shopping now. So it's like, I'm having fun. I'm literally, this is everything I prayed for.
See, and again, that's like I said, you know, last year was an extremely tough year. This year, too, going into it is a tough year. Again, optimistic and hopeful that we're going to get into a better place. But last year, again, it was people like yourself and so many other people that I saw early on. I saw early on just jump in and say, okay, I can't do what I want to do, what I'm meant to do, you know, to the masses. How else can I do it? And again, you were one of those people who just moved, shifted, figured it out, got on track. And again, you know, I look at people like you. And again, I'm doing this. I'm on my like 30th episode. I started last year. I took a little time off. I'm still trying to figure it out if I'm going to get to it. I mean, I would probably like to get to a podcast level.
This is a podcast.
Well, again, this is learning. This is figuring
I'm
it out.
recording it now. This is episode 37, Welly's World Podcast. I'm recording it. I got my man over there. We getting there. It's going to be out. It's going to be out.
You know, your energy is that's what it always is.
Yeah, this is me. You know.
That's what I love. I mean, like you're like a Donnell Rawlings. Who, you know my brother. I love him to death.
Great dude.
And that type of energy, like a Marshall. And again, I don't know.
Another great dude.
I can't get Marshall on here. We keep having Wi-Fi. But I'm so grateful that it's working tonight.
Okay.
We're gonna get with Mark. And again, it's that hilarious as hell, but a heart of gold and diamonds and whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. And it's just wonderful.
You got me blushing. I'm blushing now, man. Oh man.
No, but listen, you reminded me, like I said a long time ago, that not in an egotistical way or a way that I am somebody. And sometimes we all need to be reminded we are somebody. And it's okay to say, I am somebody. I am going to do something. I am going to give something. I am going to make the world. It's okay to do that. And you have to do that. You're nonstop. You know, like again, nothing has stopped you. COVID didn't stop you. Nothing stopped you.
No, it just made us all focus our energy. I think everyone was in sort of like a comfort zone. So COVID was just a reminder, like everyone at the same exact time has to refocus, shift their energy. That's all I really did. Like, I'm the original social distancer though. Like that social distance shit, that's not new to me. I was always in the house, away from people. I go out when I'm working, have a little fun, boom. But I've always liked staying in the house, just getting work done. It's not work to me. You understand what I'm saying? It's literally like I remember the days I prayed for this to happen. Like I used to have a job when I'm like, if I could just have 8 hours to work on comedy, I would be whatever. I got that time now. So it's like, and then even when I didn't have the typical 9 to 5, I'm only doing comedy, but the world was back open, so to speak. It's a lot of distractions, but the COVID, no distractions. People are scared to hang out, which is cool. People are scared to hang out.
Now, did you have any like writer's block or anything like that? Because I found that, I mean, early on, I was just like, I mean, you know, we could talk about this, that I enjoy too. When two people who understand comedy talk, it's a different conversation than when you talk to somebody who doesn't understand comedy. Right. It's a wonderful thing because, and again, I'm going to say, I know some people may, but again, in comedy, when it all first started happening last year, there are jokes for everything. There are jokes for everything. You just have to decide, is now the time, is now, you know, and then there were some, and then I kind of went into a block, like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if when the world opens back up, even if I want to joke about this. And then,
I think I found, no, go ahead, I'm cutting you off.
Yeah. And again, it's just that, you know, like the ups and the downs of the writing and the, you know, trying to figure it out. And like you said, I mean, there was so much time, and I got to a point where I was just like, days were going by and I was creating some stuff, but I was getting mad at myself for not creating enough. Like you said, like, I have all this time, why creating? And then I had to just take a step back, walk away from it all, and just let it just come back.
That's my writing process. If I have to force it, if I have to think about it, I don't do it, because that feels like work to me. I hate jobs. I hate work. So it's like, and then it's like, if it was that easy you could just force yourself to write a joke, everybody would just force themselves to write jokes, make millions of dollars. Nah, like, I'm going to give you this is my process. I never, ever sit down and write jokes like, all right, I'm going to write a joke at 4 o'clock. Never do that. Not like that. What I do is I make sure I can't be funny if my head isn't clear. So I always try to keep my head clear. Now new shit could come in. I could find the funny in that, in this, because if you dealing with problems like from, let's say, yesterday or last week, you're going to miss the fact that Dr. Fauci said something funny on TV, and now, boom, that inspired 4 new jokes. You see what I'm saying? Because you're still dealing with what happened last week. I clear my head at all times. But during the quarantine, yeah, of course, I went like months, no new jokes. I'm like, fuck, am I even funny at this point? And then it's like, see, comedy is more than just stand-up. So it's like, I went through a period from January to the beginning of this month. What's this, March? I had like 3 days off, meaning I had no auditions. I didn't write anything, and there was no stand-up. Like 3 days in 3 months. I was auditioning for like 3 roles a day, like crazy shit. And it's like, I have no time to write stand-up because I don't want to force it. But when I go back and look at these auditions I've done, they're all funny. So it's like, oh, I just changed that energy. That's all that is. Like, sometimes I think it's healthy to change the energy. So now I'm booked Saturday, Stand Up New York. So now I'm like a kid in a candy store. I can't wait to get there. I might sleep outside the night before. I can't wait. I know what I'm going to wear. All that shit.
See,
I'm ready.
Now, people, if you don't notice, man, he's not joking. He will get dressed tonight and go stand.
like it's Easter. You gotta put the outfit out on the bed. Boom. This is what I already know what I'm wearing. I'm wearing some leather shit. I feel like it's the first day of school again. I'm excited.
I tell you, like I said, me personally, I know it's going to be quite some time back up on the stage with my son and all, but cannot wait. Oh my God. And again, like you said too, comedy isn't just about comedy. It's not just about stand-up. And I've learned this, and Marshall and I have talked about this too. comedy is, as you know, I don't have to tell you, you've got it a million times more than me, but it's about getting that audience to laugh. But it's also about the therapy that you get by sharing your life, by getting your life out. That's when I found comedy, and I fell in love with it. But when I realized that aspect of it, and I kind of felt it, but then Marshall and I had a long talk about something with that, and I really realized that comedy probably is the best therapy that I've ever had in my life. And it's a difficult life with my son. We go through a lot. If it wasn't for comedy, I don't know how I would have made it all these years. I don't know how I would have made it moving forward. Again,
Right.
every single day, we laugh at inappropriate stuff. We laugh at things that the average person may kind of go, should he be laughing at that? If you haven't in my shoes, you wouldn't understand that if we don't laugh every day, we're not going to make it every day.
Right. Like people say to me all the time, do you take anything serious? I'm like everybody outside is taking this shit serious. I can't add to that. I have my mind is not regular. It's sick up here. So it's like I'm laughing at the craziest things. Like my girl's like, when are you gonna take the garbage out? She's like, but what is funny? The fact that you think that you could tell me when to take the garbage out. But it's supposed to be tight, Marcus. Marcus' son is McDonald's All-American too. That's my man. Follow him. Yeah. His son ain't playing. Yeah, he's a basketball player.
That's the thing too. Again, and I've talked about this on earlier episodes. And again, I always thank Donnell for this because I was one of those people. I didn't realize energy, understand energy until him. He's the one that started to show me about energy and connecting with energy and finding people like yourself. And when you connect, and like you're pointing out people that are on, when you find, I don't know if you want to call it your people, your tribe, your group, your family, whatever, but when you find that energy that you connect with, then you start to find other people from them that you connect with. And the energy just continues going and going and going. And then it makes your life better, it makes their life better. It's just, again, you got to find the people with the good energy, and you got to hook up with them because there's a lot of bad energy out there.
A lot. And the people with the worst energy smile the most. It's like, oh my God, This feels different. Get me out of here. But once you find good people, it's like, it just feels good it just feels good to be around you. When you text me and when you DM me and stuff, it feels good to hear from you, man. Because it's like, I know that you go through a lot, you and your wife. So it's like, wow, this guy's having more fun than me. You see the shit you posting is way more fun than me. Like I see some of the shit you post, and I'm like, fuck, how did he come up with that? And then I get jealous, like, how the fuck he come up with that before me? I should have thought about that. And then I didn't even think about it yet. You had the meme and all that shit ready. I'm like, God damn. But laughter, it's just that our brains work differently. That's what I think it is.
It is. It is. Find the humor in anything. Listen, anytime you want to sit down, I'd be honored to sit down with you. I would love to learn some of your writing process. That I had on here. I had Michael Anthony Snowden on here like a couple of weeks ago. He was one of the original writers for Living Color. He wrote White Chicks, did a bunch of stuff. And we were talking about a lot of things. He talked about something called 21 days, where you basically, if you're going to write or if you're going to do something, you commit for 21 days. And it's an addiction is what it is. Your body can become addicted to something if you do it for 21 days consecutively. So if you want to,
that's why I'm trying to eat that's why I'm trying to eat vegetables and shit.
So you're trying to
get addicted to vegetables rather than that bullshit.
21 days. There you go. 21 days of vegetables.
I'm on day number 3. I feel great. No results, but I feel amazing.
I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, last year I think the weight went up, and then I've always been one to work out, watch my diet. I had a couple of times last year where it all went out the window. But that's something too that I've learned too, that you need to do that, especially during times like this, especially during the dark times. I mean, just the headphones on. I got an old elliptical in the basement. I get on there, it creaks and it rattles, but you know, if I can do 15 minutes, a half an hour on it, I get off it and I feel better until I can get back on stage, until I can get that stage therapy.
Yeah, shit, I just came back from the gym. That's what it's about. Just trying to feel better. I'm trying to be around. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be around so when Marcus' son go to the NBA, I could be. Yo, that's my uncle. That's my nephew. That's my nephew right there. His son going to NBA. I know that. He probably gonna go to Kentucky or some shit. I gotta call Calipari and see what's good. Calipari not calling me back. I just call. Yeah, I'm trying to get him into Kentucky now. The kid nice. He got size to him, handle, jump shot. South Jersey.
South Jersey.
South Jersey, yeah, that's where they at. He go in the league. I'm gonna be at the Garden Lion. That's my nephew right there. Yeah, look at him. I taught him that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we in front. Fuck that. You in the front row. I'm in the locker room. Nah, go ahead. Yeah,
that's something that I'm actually looking forward to. I mean, I'm hoping that we can get back to the live events. I'm hoping that we can get back to the Garden. I used to take my daughter. We used to have partial tickets to the Liberty, and we used to go. Yeah, they used to, and then what was it 2 or 3 years ago? I think they moved out of the Garden, and then I forget where they went, but
I think they play at the Barclays now.
I think so. Yeah. I think now.
In Brooklyn, yeah.
Before that, they were playing college. Yeah, they were playing some college somewhere. Well, I mean, had some pretty good seats, and we used to get hooked up because you go there enough, you start to get the thing. And there used to be this one usher that whenever he would see my daughter, he would look down at the front row and he would be like, "Is it okay?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And she would go. I wouldn't be able to go. I would have to stay in the seat. But where I was, I could see her fine, and he would keep it at her. But she would sit on the floor at the Liberty games. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, looking forward to stuff like that. I mean, that's just
little things like that mean a lot. Go to a baseball game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm kind of like you in the same way. Like when this all hit, I'm a homebody. I was always one to like, okay, and unless I had to go out, unless it was something big, comedy was a different thing. Last year, I was committed in my mind to going as much as I possibly could in doing it, and that fell apart. But I'll get back into that. But it's just the whole, just trying to figure it all out. Just to get back out there. And
figuring it all out is a lifelong lesson.
I was happy, but now I'm getting to that point where I'm getting itchy. I want to go to a baseball game. I want to go, I want to, where again, I would have never been that person, like would have been like, hey, let's plan a trip to to Shea Stadium or something. I wasn't that guy. Now I'm like, okay, I need to.
I want to go to. You brought up Shea Stadium. Oh man, I seen Deion Sanders at Shea Stadium. Yes, I seen Deion Sanders hit 3 RBIs and steal 3 bases at Shea Stadium. But yeah, when he was on the Cincinnati Reds, I seen that. But you got me thinking. I would love to have a hot dog, beautiful day, 75, 80 degrees. And watch the Mets lose. Why not? Sounds like a good time to me.
Hopefully, I'm gonna get called. I think hopefully if we're in a better place and things are looking good, and hopefully this year we can. Maybe we can have some comedy, get a bunch of people and go to a game and just have a good time.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds music to my ears. But that's a really good idea. But we got to look at the good that has come from this too. Like, how do I explain it? The birth of Zoom shows, the performing in the parks. Those were things comedians like myself would never think to do. I had a ball every single show I did in the park this summer up until November. That was fun. I performed with COVID in Central Park. That was fun. I couldn't even hold my head up, but they were laughing, so that gave me the fuel. Like, I literally could not hold my head up. And I was aware that I would not go anywhere near other comedians. I used the mic cover and sanitized the mic before I gave it to anybody, but I think that's a good thing that we didn't see coming, the birth of those things. Like, I mean, Zoom shows are not nothing I enjoy, but the fact that that's an option to stay in your living room and make money doing this,
Yeah.
you can't get mad at that. Like we've lost a lot of people and things of that nature, but we gotta take the good with the bad. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's life. Life is give and take. You know what I mean? Like for every
Yeah.
millionaire, there's a bunch of broke people. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got a whole
Yeah, I mean,
conversation going
it's
in the
just a
comments.
balance with everything.
Yeah, it's about balance. It's about
See,
balance.
that's the
It's
thing.
all
I
about
can't.
balance.
First of all, I got to be like this to read the comments because I'm old and my eyes don't work that much anymore. So I can see them from a distance, but that's
No, I
I'm
got
getting
you.
old. What can I say? I mean, it's
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing getting old. I know a lot of people didn't see 19, didn't see 18. It's a beautiful thing. I enjoy it. Like, I don't want to be 16 again and have a math quiz. No, I don't have that anxiety. You go in math class and they're like, all right, close your books. We got a quiz. What? Nah, I don't ever want to hear that again. I don't ever, I know, I never want to have to solve for X again in my life. I'm still trying to figure that shit out. I don't know.
right before we started doing this. My daughter was in here and I was talking to her. She just got for her I think for her third trimester. She made what is it? Principal's honor roll. And again, I always tell her the first thing I always tell her is I say, "Thank you for not being an Andy. Thank you for being your mother." Because I don't know. I mean, I got through high school by this. I shouldn't have. I was never
I
in
still
class.
owe 2 credits. I don't even go back and visit. I still owe 2 credits. I don't go back and visit. They might tell me to have a seat. I'm good. Nah. Yeah,
I'm grateful she's smarts, and I'm grateful that she doesn't have what's going on up in here for me. So it's
right. Like everybody's taking fucking social studies exams and all of that, and I'm thinking about I can't wait to go home and sleep. I can't wait to go home and have fun, have me time. I never want to go do that again. I enjoy it. I enjoy getting older, man. It's cool. You good, Bearded. You bearded human. It's only one of you. You good.
Listen. I want to hear about this TV show with Tina Fey now. Let's get to talking here. You are skyrocketing, son. What's going on here?
I'm trying, man. Well, all right. It's called Girls Five Ever. It's 5 girls. They're in a singing group. The way I interpret it is the American version of the Spice Girls, but they're all from different parts of the United States, and but they're collectively they're friends, and they come together. They make records, and it shows you what like a girl group would go through behind the scenes, like the arguing, the fighting, all of that shit, just to get their song on the radio. Then it's time to perform. So it takes you through that. Because, when you look at like an artist, people only see what's on stage. You don't see the behind the scenes, like, these girls are arguing, like women fighting. That is scary. That's a scary thought. But so it's that. I always say the American version of the Spice Girls sitcom. But
Wow.
it's dope. It's dope. It's definitely dope. It's some great actresses on there. Elise Ellsbury, beautiful young lady. It's gonna be dope. I didn't see this
Now,
one coming. Like a lot of shows I see coming. Viola Davis got a hilarious show coming on ABC. I auditioned for that, like for the starring role for that. Just to even audition for it, and like they was like, hey, let's see what Welly got for this. I was amazed, but Viola Davis and Larry Wilmore produced it. I'm probably saying way too much, but fuck it, this Bearded Humans live. We could do that. Viola Davis and Larry Wilmore produced a TV show. It's on ABC. I think they made the announcement yesterday. Sherry Shepherd is the star. Of it. This shit
So
hilarious.
now, the big question is, when are we going to see your show or your movie?
Coming very soon. Very, very, very soon. We're taking meetings now. Like, very soon. Very, very soon. I'm excited because it's like the meetings I'm getting for that, people don't, I couldn't get this on my own. It's a whole team of people that are involved, and we had a meeting with Apple the other day. Like, yeah, it's coming. I would say, if I had to put a date on it, my movie will be out next spring, 22. Spring 22.
Wow.
Or it could be summer 22, but not 23. Yes, it's ready. We just taking meetings now. And I mean, because we were also, like, we were ready to go in September, but there was no filming in New York in September. It was just like shut down. And the shows that I did know that were filming in September, October, they were filming 1 week, getting shut down for 2 weeks. So it's like, it really wasn't worth it anyway. But if things stay the way they are right now, because essentially last year the numbers dropped, you know, around May-ish. So I think it's like a natural drop. But if things stay this way, I think next year, definitely. In the next few months, hopefully are you hearing quiet on set? Welly. Time is money. I want to hear that shit again. I'm addicted to that. Shit. I tell my manager all the time. She be like, "Why do you keep yelling at the phone?" I'm like, "Cause these motherfuckers is talking on set." And she's like, "This dude is crazy." But because when you hear quiet on set, you're getting paid thousands of dollars that day. Everyone. So it's like, all right, I like that sound. Like, you know, people say they like to hear cha-ching. I like to hear quiet on set, because that means that every time I hear that, I made thousands of dollars that day. So it's a good sound.
That work is happening during that quiet.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Like, all right, cool. I'll shut the fuck up. Matter of fact, I'm going to go order me some shit online right now. Be quiet, though.
Now, let me ask you this now. With the whole movie process, again, like with energy, before you even started writing this particular movie that's being worked, hopefully, not hopefully, that we will see next year. We will see next year. Definitely. Let's put it like, when you started thinking about that, was that also part of your thought process? Going, okay, I'm going to write this in this time. I'll have it done in this time, stopping it in this time. It'll be filming in this time, and it'll be out in this time.
No.
Okay, what's your process?
No, I didn't want to put those expectations on it, because that'll force you to speed up your process. And I feel like it's all on God's time anyway. Like, we could possibly film tomorrow, or we could film next week, next year. It's on God's time. All you can do is your part. So I didn't want to put those expectations on it. It's just everyone else involved was ready. Once I finished doing my part, they were like, boom, like a relay race, you know, like before they get the baton, they still kind of jogging, you know what I mean? So it was like that. Everybody was ready in their role, and everyone who is involved, they took the baton running, like, boom, let's go. Everyone was ready, so that expedites the process a lot too, you know, and also going into it with a game plan. So it's like, after this live, I already know I gotta go hit that pasta. You see what I'm saying? It's not, it's gonna take a while for me to eat. After this live, it's like, damn, well, I gotta eat something. What I'm gonna eat? See, that's wasting time. So everybody, we had a game plan, and it was like, when you finish this, I'm gonna do this. When you finish the artwork, I'm gonna do this. So it was just like everybody kind of took the baton running. So that sped up a lot of things. And like the, you know, the management involved, they have real relationships with these networks. So it's like they talk daily. So it's like, all right, when you guys are ready, let's go. As opposed to dealing with it from the, hey, are you free? Can we possibly get a meeting? It's a different conversation as to, hey, when you're ready, let me know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Your team is also very important. That's something that I've learned from Donnell.
Very.
And most importantly, learned from seeing what is known as Team L. Seeing that is probably one of the most amazing teams I have ever seen. And that, like you said, if you're going to build a team, you need to look at something like that, learn from that, and you just surround yourself with the right people, again, who are going to push you when you have to be pushed, help you when you up, but also not coddle you, but help you through the tough times too, the right way, to get you back on, to get you going again. Your team is, and again, something else that I'm learning too, your team around you is so important. And it's not just your team for work, it's your team of who's around you. That's your friends, your family. It doesn't have to just be work or just be that.
Right. Everybody plays a part. Everybody plays a part. So yeah, and that, like, I don't think people realize how big that is, but that's a major part, because you need to focus on what you need to focus on. You need to focus on writing this movie, or you need to focus on auditioning for this role, rather than, damn, what does this person want? Why they calling me? It's like, no. Everything's cool. He's calling me because he was working on that other thing, or he just want to know how I'm doing. So, you know, it alleviates a lot of stress is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's a very big part. A lot of people don't understand that, but it's a thing.
It is. Your team is very important, and they can help you without asking. I mean, that's when you have a real team. When things happen without you even knowing about it, that's an important thing. When all of a sudden
Yeah,
somebody in your team be like, "Hey, I got this going," or "Hey, we got this going," you know. So
that's what
again,
I meant
building your
by people. When you pass the baton, you know, they already jogging. Like, hey, I already spoke to him. He's just waiting on us to blah blah blah. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Yes, you're absolutely right.
now again with this, uh,
Mm.
how long did you specifically your head for a movie, or was it something that turned into the movie? Did you sit down specifically to write it?
Well, honestly, I heard there was a singer. She may or may not have performed at the Super Bowl in the past 2 years. Was looking to get a TV show. And I was like, you know, I kind of got burned the last TV show I wrote. I'm trying to just like focus on acting, you know what I mean? And then they put me on the phone with her. And she was like, I'm a fan of your work. I want to know when, if it's even possible. And I'm like, I'm shooting it down. I'm like, I only know how to write comedy. Are you even funny? I don't know how to write serious stuff. I have a hard time being serious. So I don't know if this will even work. Whereas anybody else would have probably jumped on the idea because it's a lot of money involved. And I'm like, I don't know. And she was like, no. I think if we put our brains together, you and we could come up with something funny. And I'm like, keep going. Because you can't shoot someone down if they say, hey, let's brainstorm together. All right, cool. We don't know what's going to come out of that. You know what I mean? It could be gold. Or it could be shit. We don't know. So it was like, all right, let's talk. Then we talk. We go back and forth. And I'm like, I think we got something here. And then it turned into something. I was supposed to go pitch the whole project to said singer's production company, and private jet included, and their producer, who was on the flight, would have been on the flight with me, her and her husband caught COVID. The flight was March 18th. So that's, if you have COVID, it's a death sentence at that time. You know what I mean? Like, that was last year. So I'm like, fuck. All right. I'm like, we created something great. It's timeless, I feel, so there's no rush. when everyone's healthy, boom. Okay. Her management goes, hey, a friend of mine has an idea. Let's see if you can make it come to fruition. That's how the movie came about. They told me this idea, and I was just like, I'm gonna send you something in the morning. Let's see what you think of it. So I sent him like 3-4 pages in the morning, and he was like, this is what I was talking about. I didn't know how to make it come to life. This is it. And then he just gathered up his whole team, and he's just like, ever since then, and I'm talking about, this might have been like April of last year. Like every other day we would be on the phone, on FaceTime or whatever, comparing notes, like, hey, maybe we should add this, maybe we should take this out, da, 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 da. And then I would just take those notes and flip it, a bunch of rewrites. But I think we got the final project now. It really, right now, we're just shopping it and going to the highest bidder, you know. That's it.
How good does that feel?
Great, because it's what everyone has always dreamed of. Like Kanye said it best. He goes, this is the life that everybody asks for. Like everybody, I don't care if you were 6'4", everybody was like, we've all seen a TV show or a movie and thought to ourselves, I could do that. So that's what it was. It's literally the same idea. When we were 6, I could do that. See happen.
Sorry, my phone just popped out of the holder there.
It's so good. That happens. That happens. I understand.
Are you still there? I think my phone,
there we go. He's back.
Just popped out of
but
the
yeah,
holder, but I'm back.
It's just exciting to see, you know, it happening. Like, wow, you spoke to who? Like, people wouldn't like. And then it's like, you're a fan of mine. Like, you want to work with me? You want to give me money? So it's like, all right, cool. Sometimes you got to digest it, but it's like, all right, cool, I get it. Like, you know what I mean?
You talked about something, you touched on a little bit there. You had self-doubt. You honestly had self-doubt.
Oh, that's big. Hell yeah. Go ahead.
How like you explained how it was them basically saying, hey, let's brainstorm, and got you going. But did that make you realize that, yes, I can do this? Or were you still self-doubting after that?
Well, after we brainstormed about it, it was like, okay, this isn't nothing serious. This is still this is very much comedy. I didn't see it from their angle. And I feel it's just like a life lesson. Like, you don't know everything. You have to listen. You have to get tips from other people too. And just because she's a singer, she's an actress too. It's like, damn. It's like, nobody sees this person as funny, but they will. And then it's like, hey, what if the funny is happening around them? It's not that person. It's not. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it's like, it's not you telling
I'm
jokes.
I'm hold my phone now because that keeps happening.
I got you. It's all good. So what if the funny? This is where I put my expertise to it. I said, selling this person as funny may be an impossible task. So, but what if the funny is happening around them? And then they was like, I love it. I said, you get to be who you are, and you could tell jokes occasionally, but we're gonna surround you with people who are bona fide funny, and we don't have to, and that people are used to seeing funny. So that way, you're staying in your comfort zone, they're staying in theirs. That sounds like a hit show to me.
That's
and it has the star power.
And again, I think you just hit on the key thing there. Everybody's staying in their comfort zone, because if you're going to try to take someone that's not per se a comedian and put them in a comedic role, it could totally flop. Keep them where they're comfortable, and like that's an amazing observation, and the way you solved the problem.
Right.
You didn't focus on the problem. You zeroed in on the solution. Okay, yeah, we can still just funny around. That's genius, absolute genius, man.
See, like, I auditioned for that Sopranos movie. I didn't get it though. They fucking, you'll see when the movie comes out. They drilled a hole with a drill in the character, in the guy's eye. And the casting director was like, do it again. And I was like, all right. So I did it. I'm crying, all of that shit, right? He goes, I just drilled your eye out. Like, this is inhumane behavior. And I was like, fuck it, I'm funny though. It's like, all right. I don't know how to play. I don't know how to act like I'm getting killed. I've never been killed before, but I've made people laugh before. I've said crazy shit before. So I know how to do that very well. But I never had my eye drilled out. I don't know how to respond to that. So, but
you've got quite a history. You got what? You got Orange is the New Black. You've got Last OG. What else you got? You got some good credits there, son.
Yeah, yo, I was on the Wendy Williams show years ago. I was on a show on MTV called Totally Clueless. Yeah, Orange and New Black, and we got Girls Five Ever. Yo, I'm excited.
It is.
I'm excited. Got a lot of shit coming.
I'm excited. Just to like I said, I've been following you for a long time. I've had the good fortune to meet you, but just watching you. Again, you are just one of those people. You, the pod. You now know that there's future stuff coming up for you too. That's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I thank you again. I thank you for you just being you, because you just being inspires, gets other people motivated. It gets me, like you said before too. You said, oh, like he comes up with those memes so quick, and how does he do it? You're part of the fuel that keeps me going. So again, if I'm doing something, it's because I'm inspired. It's because of, well, he's figured it out. Well, he's going. Well, look at the smile. Look at the way. And again, it's not just the fact that you're just doing things. You're doing everything you do with that smile. That's what you're doing.
You have to. You even the bad days, you still have to smile, simply because, and you know this more than anyone. There are people out here with no arms and no legs having a great day. You have a good day today. Why are you frowning? There's never a reason for that. So all of this, you gotta smile through it. This is life. I always say this because every job I've ever had, people have said this about me. They go, you take nothing serious. You don't have a care in the world. I said, the truth of the matter is, this shit goes one way. You live, then you die. No, you live, you have fun, and then you die. Only one of those things is negotiable, the fun. So you're going to live and you're going to die. So why not have it with the fun? Because without that, and besides, laughing and smiling, you feel better doing that. Like Absolutely. People who don't, like I was saying this yesterday, the young guys, they don't smile in pictures now. That's not cool to smile in pictures. And I said, wow, that's really unfortunate. Because you got to be dead inside not to smile in a picture. Nah. If I didn't say cheese in a picture while I was a kid, my mother whooped my ass in public. For a smile.
Yeah.
Now this is violence inflicted upon me over a smile. Not that serious. I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna just go ahead and smile, get this shit out the way, man. I'm trying to go to McDonald's after this.
And I think it's like, I think they found like studies too. Just smiling and laughing does so many positive things for for your mind, for your body. It's a wonderful thing to. And again, I've said before. And it was one of those things too, where the first time Donnell came to the house,
mm-hmm.
and I've said this a couple of times. I was talking about comedy, and I said I was raised by my father, who taught me to laugh at life, death, and everything in between. And as I was saying that, life, death, and everything in between, Donnell said it along with me, and I can pretty much guarantee you that was the moment that we clicked, and we've connected ever since. It was that you know, I mean, there's certain things. Nothing is off limits. There's times that you won't do things. There's places you won't say things. But I think we all have jokes for everything that we may not say out loud. But they're
Yeah,
here, though. You know,
yeah,
we've all got jokes for as inappropriate as it may be. We've all got jokes for everything. And sometimes when we're around each other, we'll tell them. And those are
yeah,
some, that's what I miss too. I miss the open mic nights. I miss just being around other comedians because you can just talk so damn freely.
yeah. Like Steve Harvey said it best. He goes, whenever there's something happens in the world, a tsunami, an earthquake, we have the jokes that day. we don't say them to people. We got the jokes that day. Boom, as soon as this shit happened, like an earthquake in Haiti, jokes in 20 minutes. But you're absolutely right. It's that personability, I guess, is the word for it. And when you come back in the comedy, you'll see it's slightly different because you can't even embrace people the same way. Like you can't even give them five no more. But it's different. I understand it. But I'm bearded. We have such short time on this earth. Every single day I have to have fun. Like I get bad migraines, like bad migraines. And even with like, I mean a migraine where I can't open my eyes. I like, it's crazy. But even when I have those, I still have to have fun that day. Like it's just it's mandatory because it's like we're not gonna get that day back. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and we damn sure don't know if we'll be around tomorrow. So it's like every day, no matter what, the fun and the funny is not negotiable. That must happen every single day. I'm all day. I'm looking for something funny happening around me. That's just me. I can't turn it off. I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, it's. I mean, a lot of my comedy has to do with what my son's going through and what we go through,
Right.
and I think one time it was at Caroline's. I remember I got off stage. It was for Donnell's show, and I remember he looked at me, and he almost had like tears in his eyes, and he said, "They love you to be able to laugh at that." Because again, you know, it's some of the jokes where I know I almost see the cringe at the beginning, like how could he joke about that? But then it's the wait a second, that's his son. He's not malicious. He's not. He's doing it because that's his therapy of getting through the day. Yes, I have to laugh at some things that are brutally tough,
Right.
and you have to. You have to laugh at everything.
Yeah, and it's like it's not it's your son, so it's not malicious, and so nobody else could get offended. It's like that's my kid. Like if anybody should get offended, it would be me. But boom, it's not malicious. But on the other side of that cringe, it's like, did he just say? It's gold. It's gold at the end. So it's like, because it's like they're listening.
Yeah.
Boom, it's gold on the other side of that. But nah, you're absolutely right. And like I always tell people be like, oh, you were always funny, so it's obvious you're a comedian. I'm like, no. I'm not even a comedian because I'm funny. Because I actually tried to do everything else rather than comedy. Because to me, comedy would have been the easy way out. I'm a comedian because I know how to provoke emotion through my words. Like I know how to make people cry too. That's just not fun for me. But I know how to provoke emotion. I know how to make you laugh, cry, sit and think. Oh, with my words. That's why I'm a comedian, because when you think about it, everybody has a funny joke. Like everybody. The guy walking across the street, he got one funny joke in him. So it's like, but can you make people feel something? That's where you're the comedian. So like you said, when you was like, Darnell almost had tears in his eyes, you had him. You made him feel something. You see what I'm saying? And he's a comedian, one of the best at it. So he didn't hurt every joke. You see what I'm saying? Like, so for him to be like, fuck is he going with this? You got gold. You know you got gold. Yeah.
It's like you said, it's that connection. Once you get that connection, once you feel that connection with the audience, that's all you need.
Yes. Once you connect with them, You can take him wherever you want. Oh man. And Darnell was one of the best at doing that. Once he connects with the audience, he doesn't play it safe. He pushes new limits. He pushes new boundaries. He's walking across the stage. He's singing Cardi B. He's showing people his ass. Like, he's doing everything. Push the limits. There's funny in everything. I'm one of those guys. I truly believe everything I do while I'm on stage is funny. Even if I scratch my nose, like, Darnell's one of those guys. Like, I done seen him fucking come on stage singing Cardi B and then flip it to where he's joking on the gay dude in the front who's, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, you know, and then he got the gay dude in the front who's singing Cardi B, who thinks he's really Cardi B, by the way. Now he's laughing at himself because it's not malicious. It's just fun. So yeah, Darnell's a breath of fresh air for me, because especially nowadays you see a lot of comedians who take themselves very serious. Darnell's not like that. He's fun. 100% of the time he's on stage, he understands he's working and he's up there to have fun. I enjoy that. I don't like I see a lot of comedians nowadays who are on stage and they have sort of like an agenda. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to tell black people how I really feel about them. I'm going to tell gay people how I really feel about them. That's not comedy. That's malicious intent to me. I remember Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx. Those are the greatest comedians ever to me. Jamie Foxx is one of the most talented people in the world ever. He does action movies now.
Everything. Yeah, I mean, Mike, is there that he can't do? I mean, acting,
singing, everything. So, yeah, like Darnell is just one of those guys, man. Like he's in the comedy in my comedy Hall of Fame, definitely.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I'm always grateful and fortunate, and I always say Darnell is my favorite comedian. Dave Chappelle will have to deal with the simple fact that he's number 2 on my list, but Darnell's number 1 because I've seen so much of his comedy. I've seen him so many times on stage, and I've learned so much from him. I've learned just the simple, like you were talking about, just simple things. Like, there was one time I got off. It was early on, and I remember I did like 5 minutes, and I got off stage, and he walked up to me, and then this is somebody that I've known for years, and I've never seen him the way that he was when he came up to me this particular night. He walked up to me, serious face, got right in my face, and he goes, "Who the fuck was that on stage?" And I was like, the audience, it was at Caroline's. I had the audience. They were laughing. I thought it was a great little, 5 minutes. And I get off stage, and he's like, "Who the fuck was that on stage?" And I'm like, "Well, like what happened? Like, where did everything just turn and go wrong?" He goes, "I've been to your house so many times." He goes, "We've been together so many times." He goes, "I know how animated you are." He goes, "That 5 minutes," he goes, "you held the mic for 5 minutes on stage." He goes, "Anybody can do that." He goes, "Don't ever do that again." And Welly, I got to tell you, when he first said it, I was hurt. I was pissed. Honestly, I was like, why would he do that? Like, I've been asking him all these years for advice. He never gives it to me. He only gives it to me when I get off the stage. And I was about to go back into the green room and sit in the green room and sulk. And I said, "Nope, pull up your keys." And I went and I stood, Caroline's. I went and I stood at the back behind the DJ booth there. And I just stood there. And I watched his set, and I didn't listen to his set. I mean, I know them. They change every time. I didn't listen. I watched him. Welly, when I tell you, Donnell's eyebrows moved more times in 1 hour than my eyebrows probably move in a year. And I was like,
he's working.
That's everything. Like you said, scratch your nose. You can make scratching your nose funny. Every movement, make the movements part of it. He was, and I'll never stand on stage and hold a mic again, ever.
I tell people that all the time, because people be like, "Hey, can you give me some advice?" And it's like, I'd rather see you perform than give you advice after than just give you some blanket advice. A lot of people, listen, Bearded, I would say 95% of the comedians stand there and tell jokes. It's like, no, this is a performance art. Perform. Like, that whole stand still, hold the mic. What is that? That's not stand-up comedy. There's a whole stage. Why are you not using the whole stage as beyond me? You want to stand right in the middle? No, that sounds to me like you're using one part of the stage. What about the people over there to that side? They didn't get no love. That's a whole nother, that takes the joke a life of its own. If you go over there, work the whole stage. Kevin Hart does it. Donnell is one of the best at that. Now, Chappelle does not do that. And people, being that Chappelle is so big now, people be like, well, Dave doesn't do that. Now, they're right. He doesn't. Dave is going to stand directly in the middle of the stage, smoke a cigarette, and say some of the funniest shit you've ever heard.
And all eyes will be locked.
Right. But how does he do? He doesn't move around on stage. So is he making a mistake? The answer is yes, he is. But how does he win? The shit, his talent is he's going to say the craziest shit that you were thinking.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to understand, Dave is he's Mount Rushmore level of thinking. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm not, he's way more advanced than me. I have to use all of my tools. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't fix this car if I only have a hammer.
Yes.
I can't. I gotta, somebody gotta pass me all of the, somebody pass me the fucking, the shit that cranks the car up. You know what I'm talking about? The jack. Pass me the jack. Somebody gotta pass me the wrench. So I'm using all of my tools, and when you do that, comedy, like people say, comedy is hard. It is, but it gets easier once you know what you're doing. I'm not just up there telling jokes. If you get off stage and you're not tired, you didn't do it the right way. Even if you do 10 minutes, you should still be tired because your brain is thinking rapidly. Like, your brain has never moved that quick before ever in your life. It's and you're moving around.
Yeah.
And you're boom, 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 and like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, comedy is really a rhythm. Like, it's really a rhythm, and each joke has its own rhythm. And if each joke does not have its own rhythm, those are going to be the points in your set people are not laughing. Because, like, oh, that's the same thing as the last joke. You just changed the words. That's not the difference. It's rhythms and movements, and that's all. I'm crazy with. I'm like a fucking comedy savant. The way I pick comedy apart. We did an episode about this on my podcast, and like, the guys just pretty much interviewed me. I was like, hey, what's your writing process? Da, da, da. And I'm like, all right, you ask them to tell you, it's not what they thought it was. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it makes sense to me. That's why it's my process.
Now, let me ask you this: Are you one of those guys too? Because I'm not thrilled about that I do this, but a lot of times, mostly at open mics, like I'll listen to like other comedians, and I'll try to finish their joke in my head my way before they finish it to see how it measures up.
Honestly, I don't even like to listen to other comedians. I really don't. Like, it's just because I'm already on my wavelength. And it's like, if I listen to someone else, it brings me to their level. But if I've already performed, and like, let's say me and you were on the show and you go on after me or something, or like, let's say I'm opening for Donnell and I sit and watch his set, I think it's natural as a comedian to be like, he should have said this. Now I got to go tell him, yo, with the joke about your mom or the joke about the gay guy in the front, you should have said this. And boom. Now you just give him a tag and then boom, 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 boom. But yeah, I think that's natural. But I really don't like to watch other comedians, especially before I perform, because I'm in my own head. I'm excited. Every show that I do is Madison Square Garden. So it's like I'm in the back. I'm in the back, that back tunnel, just waiting to hear my name every single show, even if it's 4 people there.
Do you have like a pre-show, like do you listen to anything? Do you You have like a pre-show thing?
Yeah, I listen. I gotta listen to Moneybag Yo. That's my new thing. I love that dude, Moneybag Yo. But nah, my main thing is clear my head. If my head is not clear, I can't do anything. I'm not effective. So it's like, all right, let's say Saturday I got 2 shows. Boom. So for me, it's a comedy is what I do. So it starts when I wake up. I'm brushing my teeth, like just clear my head. Zen, like Phil Jackson. I'm in full Zen mode. This is every time I have a show. Yeah, I don't care where it is or what it is, because the last thing I want to do is be corny. So it's like, no. Because if you have a bad set, that means some people are gonna be like, all right, he's a professional comedian. He just didn't have it tonight. But at least one person is gonna be like, no, he's corny. So I can't be that. So I give comedy my undivided attention. Like I'm brushing my teeth in a good mood, clear my head, good music, and zen.
It shows. It absolutely. As you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely. He is telling 100% because you can see it. You can clearly see it.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. You are all about comedy, all about positive. You are all about a good time.
That's it. That's it. Because this is a blessing. Like I could be stuck at a job somewhere working and hating my life. Like I understand this is a blessing that I even get the opportunity to be booked. Like I remember the days when I wasn't booked. I remember, man. So I'm just thankful going forward. Like, all right, cool. Hey, I got that. All I've ever asked for was opportunity, because yeah, we all want money, but money comes and goes. So let's say you pray for $2 million. You get it tomorrow. Cool. But if you don't have any opportunity, you're going to spend that $2 million. Now you're back to broke. So I always just pray for the opportunity and strength to do the best. That's really it. Because opportunity is way hard to come by, way more hard to come by than any money. So I'm thankful for the fact that I have an opportunity to live my dream. You know, a lot of people didn't even follow their dreams. So it's like, hey, this is all a blessing. I'm just out there, yo, got a show tonight. No, nothing to be sad about. I'm in a good mood. Moneybag Yo is on. Let's go. Get ready. Showtime. Boom. I'm really like a boxer in the locker room. You know, you see them, they shadow boxing. Da, 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 da. I'm ready. And then it's like, because the whole thing is, all I want to hear is, you've seen him on Orange is the New Black. And then my name. Boom. And because my first show I ever did, I tripped going to the stage. So once I hear my name and I know I get on stage safely, the rest of it is like a roller coaster just going down. Because we did the hard part. The first show I ever did, I tripped going to the stage. My shoe came off. It was terrible. Yeah, I had to go back and get my shoe.
Oh my God.
Yeah. There was only 6 people there. So, yeah. So, boom. That's always my thing. I want to hear my name and I want to get to the stage. The rest of it is the down part of the roller coaster. It's just like Buzz Lightyear. Is it flying or is it falling with style? I'll never tell.
I got lucky. My first time on stage was actually at Caroline's. That was that was for Donnell. He called me up a couple of years ago. Said,
I remember. I seen it on Facebook. I remember.
Oh my God. That was absolutely, and the thing was, and I got to say this too, right before, it was, I think, a Thursday night. So Thursday nights are busy. They're not crazy, but Thursday nights,
right.
It's Caroline's. It's
Caroline.
First time on stage. And I remember I was by the side there, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this. It's I'm just going to let Donnell know I can't do this.
Right.
You know Jimmy Martinez?
That's my man.
Jimmy Martinez was the host that night.
Uh-huh.
I met Jimmy that night. I mean, I knew him from social media, same thing. But I met him that night. Jimmy gets up and he gets on stage and he goes into this thing. He's like, coming to the stage now. He's like, this is one of me and Donnell's oldest friends. He's like, we go back like 20 years and blah, blah, blah. And he hyped me up so much. And everything he said was a complete lie.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it didn't matter. The audience was already, I got on that stage. They were already like waiting for me. Like, okay. So again, I learned the importance of your host or your MC. And
Yeah.
I cannot thank Jimmy enough. I would not have got on stage if it had not been for. I mean, Donnell would have dragged me up there that night. But if Jimmy hadn't given me that introduction, and I just saw
Makes
the way
you comfortable.
yeah, huge.
Yeah, the host is very important. I always tell people, if the host is bad all night. The whole show is bad. Yeah, the host very important. Like, the host could sabotage your set if they really want to. But nah, Jimmy's good. Especially he gets the job done. And he got his own style. Jimmy's different. If you never seen Jimmy Martinez perform, he don't even use the microphone half the time.
No, he does. Yeah,
he don't care how many people's there, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, you're gonna get all of Jimmy. He's gonna give you 100% to Jimmy. No doubt about that.
Yes. Nah, I love Jimmy Martinez. Cool guy, man. Cool guy. Yeah, I see. You got the wife is in here.
Oh yes, that's my #1 fan.
Yeah, I see her.
And she was excited about this one too because she loves you too. I mean,
Yeah, man. When I like you said, when we seen each other at the Kevin Hart show, I was like, oh, that's my man Bearded and his wife, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. I love that. Yeah, man. I can't wait for everything. Like, everything's opening up this weekend. I got shows this weekend. It's gonna be different, but I welcome the change because it's like, I look at the change as growth. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us were on treadmills and didn't know it. Like, just performing every day, it's like, okay, you can't be the greatest comedian only doing stand-up. I would love to believe that. It's not. That doesn't even make sense. Richard Pryor did movies, TV shows. So it's like, you got to do all of those things. The COVID just helped me focus on those things more. You know what I mean? Like, and I finished acting class. My last 2 acting classes were actually canceled. And so I'm like, did I do this for no reason? But then things started to open up. I started to get auditions, and then casting directors started to see me, and they were like, okay, he'll be great for this, he'll be great for that. So it's like, it really helped me focus on the other things that I do. You know what I mean?
Again, I'll keep saying it's an honor. I think you're getting choked. I think you need to go eat your spaghetti and your sauce that you got there.
I can't wait. I just learned how to make pasta the other day. And
really?
Yeah. I didn't realize it was that easy.
Oh.
I really didn't know. But
next, I'm sure we're going to see a cooking show from you, because why not? Because anything that you put your mind to and you want to do, I'm definitely going to see you do. And it's an honor to watch you rise because of who you are and the way that you do it and the way that you inspire other people.
I truly appreciate that, man. Cause see, I'm one of the guys, I want to see everybody win. And like, in comedy, there's a lot of competition, but that doesn't really exist. Like, the people who are competing don't know, and they have no clue about show business. Because at the end of the day, if you get a Pepsi commercial, I can get a Sprite commercial. Darnell Rollins could get a Red Bull commercial, and all 3 of us are millionaires. There's no need to compete. There's no need to compete. And then it's like, people will compete with you, and that's not even your competition. Like, you guys are not even going for the same thing. You know what I mean? I had a comedian. This guy was like crazy competing with me, and I'm like, I'm helping you. Like, how are you competing with me? And then it's like, he had a Wild 'N Out audition. I helped him prepare for it, and he was like, I just don't understand. And I'm like, it makes perfect sense to me. I can't even rap. I can't even audition for the show because I can't even rap. Like, I can't. I know I'm bad at that. This is not a thing I would go for, but I'll help you go for it. And it didn't make sense to him just simply because he was trying to compete with me. Meanwhile, I'm on tour with Tracy and Tiffany at the same time. Like, I'm not worried about it. But at the same time, it's like it's competition. It's competition in comedy, but it doesn't even make sense because Kevin Hart don't compete with Dave Chappelle. Chris Rock don't compete. Like, to me, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle are essentially the same comedian, but them two don't compete. They're friends. So it's like the people making the real money in this business don't compete. So there's no need to compete in this. You know what I mean?
I think it's more about inspiring. I had heard a story a while ago too, and I believe it was Chris Rock and Kevin Hart were sitting in the Comedy Store. They were going over some stuff that I think they were going to get up and they were going to do. And then Dave walked in, and Dave walked right up to the stage, and Dave got on stage, and Dave did like an hour. And they said the two of them both took everything that they were working, they had on the table, and
threw that shit away.
Threw it out. And now it's not oh, I hate it. It's I got to step my game up.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. I've had those moments like, oh, he's better than me. This shit is terrible. Because it's like the jokes that I just wrote and I thought the world of, shit is terrible. This dude's better than me. I got to step my game up. I got to go to the gym tonight. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Yeah. Like, but that's like that, I think, is healthy competition. Yeah. More or less inspiration. You know what I mean? Like, I welcome shit like that. Like, yo, we could push each other. Let's do that. That's what helped me write this movie faster than I thought I would be able to accomplish it, because the people who were like the whole team, that nobody else was a writer or a comedian. These are like video guys. Like, they do editing and shit like that. And so it's like we all helped each other. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we should use this song in there. And so when we put together the reel for the meetings, we should use this song. I could have just said, fuck it, I wrote it. Give me my check. Nah. We all played a role. Like, so, you know, like, we're all in this together. So it's like, I like that type of comedy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we all in this shit together, man. Yo, let me help you. Like, that's what I love about guys like Marshall Brandon. He'll be like, yo, say this. This shit is funny at the end of that shit you just said. And it's like, but he's not saying, hey, that joke isn't funny. Right, use this. He's saying, let's take it to the next level. Say this in addition. And like, you know what I mean? That's the camaraderie.
Add some seasoning to it. That's all it is.
That's it. Yo, season your salad too. I didn't know that. I thought salad was disgusting. You got to season your salads the way you season your meat. Yo, the other day I was making a salad. You would have thought it was a burger on the grill. My mouth is watering because that was the onion powder I put in the salad. I'm telling you, Bearded. Got a nutritionist? Season your salad. Yo, it makes the difference. Onion powder, pink Himalayan salt, black pepper. You will be... I had 3 salads yesterday. 3 salads. I'm being serious. I got a photo shoot coming up, Bearded Humor. I'm wearing red leather. You know what that means. You know what red leather means.
Oh, man.
I assure you I will not have a stomach in 3 weeks. And I know my cousin Dante is in here, and he's going to hold me accountable. Watch.
Listen, I know you can do it. Again, I'll say it a million times. Anything I see you put your mind to, it's going to happen 100%.
Yo, what she say? It comes with the salad come with seasoning? No, it don't. She like dressing. No, seasoning. Fucking. I'm in the comments, but you know why I'm like that? Because I can't live with regret. I don't know how to live with I should have did this. That will kill me. I'd rather do it and fail. And then when you do that and you don't fail, you could do whatever you want. I'll put it to you this way. I have supermodels in my DMs who I talk to regular basis. I'm fat. You can't tell me nothing's impossible.
Oh, that right there, that's you. That's you.
Nothing. We speak on a regular. When things open up, you will see supermodels at my comedy shows. I guarantee you.
It wouldn't surprise me, and I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't expect any less, because again, you are an absolutely beautiful person, and you deserve what you're getting. You deserve everything. You deserve TV. You deserve supermodels. You deserve seasoned salads. You deserve it.
Yo, I'm telling you, this shit is different. It's game changing. I'm telling you, season your salad, put avocado in it. Your brain is gonna think that's chicken. This shit is not chicken. Do that. Y'all gonna see me in 3 weeks. I'm posting these pictures. I'm wearing red leather. I already got the shit. I guarantee you. Watch. See this extra chin right here? Gone. 3 weeks.
I'm looking forward to that, man. I am absolutely looking forward to. Again, I'll say it a million times. I just enjoy watching you just shine, just fly up, just reach. It's like I had on the other day. I had a Kid Stance on, and he basically created his own kids like car company, and again, it was from the beginning, and like you watched it grow, and I've seen you for years now. I've watched you, and it's like with him too. It's the same type of thing where you just look at someone like that and you go, "I'm going to enjoy watching this from the beginning." It's almost like watching a show that you know is going to have an amazing storyline. It's not going to have an ending, but it's just going to continually just become your favorite show. And,
right.
And that's what this becomes. Watching people like you and others like that. I look forward, like when I see your post on Facebook or on Instagram, it automatically makes me smile. I don't even have to read it or look at the picture yet. I see Welly or I see Welly's World, and it immediately brings a smile to my face. And then I'll look at the picture and then I'll read it and then I'll like it, comment. But it makes me smile just knowing that you put something out into the world.
Right. That's how I feel about you, because given what you and your wife deal with on an everyday basis, it's like, so when I see Bearded Humor post something, it's like, oh man. So for a second out of his day, no matter how that may have been going, for a second, he put good vibes into the universe. I appreciate stuff like that. That's just me. I'm just good vibes, man. I just like to have fun, because you never know. One day, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Listen, we're definitely, you and I definitely, I know hopefully things are going to get back to a better place, but that's something I would absolutely love to do one day, is definitely sit down with you and just, whether it's like a writer's room or whether it's just sit down over a meal and a drink.
Yeah. Tell some mean jokes, to each other. Yeah.
We're definitely going to do that soon, man. I cannot thank you enough for this here tonight. This is gold to me. This is absolute gold to me. This is therapy for me. This is more than you know. Like I said, this is the fuel that keeps me going.
No, thank you for having me. Listen, you got my number. Just text me, man. Just text me. I can't do what you do. So, like, what you do is amazing to me. Bro, I'm never on live. It just never crosses my mind to do that. But if you want to do this, we can do this whenever. This is nothing, man. Hey, look, if you want, I'm going to go hit this pasta with the vodka sauce. Very important, the vodka sauce.
Vodka. Oh, yeah.
We could do this shit after I eat. Part 2.
I'll be asleep by then.
But no, whenever you want, you're a great dude, man. I look forward to seeing you and Team Chappelle around. Just the fact, when I know you're around with them, I know what that does. I know what that does for you. So it's like that shit like that makes me happy. I like seeing other people win. You know what I mean?
Listen, real quick, I'll say it again. My highlight of last year, the favorite thing of all of last year, with the rough year that it was was when Marshall Brandon got to go up on stage with Donnell, Joe Rogan, and Dave at the Camp Chappelle. When I Marshall get up, when I that without a doubt was the highlight of my year seeing that. Other people.
And I'm gonna answer it for you. I know what you're gonna say, because if anybody deserved that, it was Marshall Brandon.
Absolutely.
What the fuck? Oh no, my phone acting up. But is it because I know Marshall for a very long time. I've known what he is going through. And for him to be one of the funniest guys in the world that a lot of people don't know about. So to see a guy like Dave Chappelle and Donnell Rollins say, hey, we're going to rock with Marshall Brandon, this dude from Connecticut that nobody knows, and put him on our platform at a time when the whole world is shut down. If you don't believe in God, that's him working right there. Like Marshall Brandon he still deserves every bit of that. I've known him, like I've seen him go through a lot of crazy things I know I probably wouldn't make it through. But Marshall Brandon is a great guy, great dude. I absolutely love him. I've never even seen anything bad about Marshall. He's a great guy. If you actually,
I wouldn't accept that anyway. That would not be allowed.
Right. No, Marshall's a great guy. Great guy.
He's just absolutely the best. And again, it goes to the team, family, the people around you. I know it's backwards, but family, it's behind me there.
That's what that says. Okay.
Yeah, it's backwards, but that's.
No, I got you. That's everything right there. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Listen, anything, anytime. I'm always here for you.
I appreciate you.
Whatever, man. And again, we're definitely going to sit down soon because
I got antibodies now. I'm good. Yeah, I got it. I got tested last week. I still got that shit. Let's go. I'm out in these streets. No bags. Fuck it.
We're definitely going to make it happen soon. And again, I'll thank you a million times for tonight, but for all that you do. Please just continue. I don't have to tell you. You're going to continue doing what you do. You're going to continue light and good energy. Now, again, we got Welly Jackson. We got Welly's World. Where else can we find you? On Facebook? Where else can we find your platforms? See you, find out what's going on, shows, movies, everything.
WellyJackson.com. All of the information's up there. I'm on Tina Fey's new show on NBC. It's also going to stream on the Peacock Network as well, which is NBC's platform. It's called Girls Five Ever. I'm in that. That should be coming out in the summer. WellyJackson.com, my podcast, Welly's World Podcast. We just moved into a new great studio. Welly's World Podcast on YouTube. Please subscribe. We just launched the YouTube, putting out content. Please. Where can you find Marshall Brandon? That's it. Just type. That's his Instagram.
Yeah, Marshall Brandon story. That's it.
Yeah.
Story.
Marshall Brandon. He got a beard now. He looks a little different, but he's funny as fuck. You wanna see Marshall Brandon? Yes.
A beast, and that's funny because he is the most loving, quiet, soft-spoken, caring. He gets on that stage, and there is just a beast unleashed. He is one of my all-time favorites on stage too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Marshall Brandon has star quality. He's gonna be a star. He's gonna be famous. This is time though. I mean, he's right next to Dave Chappelle right now. So and Donnell Rollins, who Donnell Rollins is one of the best comedians out right now. So I mean, I don't want to say out right now because Donnell been doing this shit forever, but I'm glad he's getting his just due. You know what I mean?
It's so heartwarming to see, everything, all the accolades that are coming to him. Again, well deserved. And again, it's to see everything, like I said, from Marshall, for Donnell, like everything with like Team Chappelle. D Nice, absolutely one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever met, and I can call a friend and a brother. To see him having such a phenomenal year and the way everything is going.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Beautiful stuff, man.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's all on God's time. It's all gonna work out. I'm not even worried about it. But in 3 weeks, I'm gonna have abs, and I'm not worried.
Oh, we definitely were waiting for the red leather suit pictures.
It's coming. It's coming. I got the shit right there. I don't want to show it yet. I liked it. I picked it up yesterday. I got it.
So take it easy on the pasta and the sauce tonight. Don't go too
But
crazy.
it's chickpea pasta, so chickpeas are good for you.
Okay.
It's not
All
regular
right.
pasta.
Well, again, we are definitely going to talk soon. I cannot thank you enough for this, man. Always an honor and an absolute pleasure.
Yes. Hey, listen. Send my love to Jay. Send my love to the wife as well as your daughter. Thank you for having me. Anytime.
Again, we're going to definitely do this again. As always, nothing but peace, love,
Peace.
and laughter.
Take care.
Thank you again, man. Have a good night. And any last thing that you want to say to everybody? You're going to end it, and we're cutting it out.
Welly's World Podcast on YouTube right now.
That's it.
That's
Welly's
it.
World Podcast on YouTube right now. And you got to see, he's got one. What is the most recent one, or is it the last one with Chris Hansen?
Chris Hansen was last week's episode. This week's episode, we just talking about. Yeah, I got vodka sauce. Listen, the vodka sauce not gonna stop me from getting abs, man. Don't kill my dreams. But no, Chris Hansen was last week's episode. It's still up there though. Great episode. We talk about everything y'all think we talked about. We talked about. But this week's episode, we talked about dating and splitting the tab while dating, which I think is not cool. Also, weed is legalized in New York City. We talk about it in the new episode.
You can, if you go to your Instagram page, you actually, and on the Welly's World, you actually have that little clip on there, which is
the last post.
So I suggest checking that out too.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you so much. Welly's World Podcast on YouTube.
Enjoy, man. And again, I can't wait to catch up with you again. And again, let's sit down soon. Serious. Let's sit down soon.
Definitely. Yeah, I got the indie bodies. Let's go.
Good night, everybody. Tomorrow night, I got a special one too. I'm glad that the Wi-Fi didn't go out tonight. Tomorrow night, we got Nico. Nico is. Look him up. Check him out. Amazing rapper and a wonderful human being. He's got hair 10 times better than mine. So it's going to be another fun one tomorrow night. So
take care. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Good night, everybody.
Peace.